Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lord Nod at the side of E3 2016, and behind us is one of the biggest franchises that you have ever known in the 4X expansion universe. Now, this is Civilization 6. I have to tell you about this first. Upfront and personal, I have to tell you that I love this game. I have been a Civ 1 boy, and I think there's a big shout out by Civilization because it is their big anniversary. So when you go ahead and look at the intro video, it actually starts with the little pixelated boxes of characters that you had that moved around, and they then go to Civ 2 and Civ 3, Civ 4, Civ 5, and definitely into Civ 6. Now there's lots of changes, and you can see that right now happening in the B-roll behind you and in the video. So one of the things that I wanted to go ahead and specifically talk about is this concept of districts. Now you might come back and say, districts? Isn't this like everything on one top of the other in the entire game map? No, your cities are no longer on one hex. They actually spread out. So you can actually build out an industrial district or a science district or like a dwelling district that is next to the forest, and that actually will give you different bonuses on depending on where you are. Builders also do something really interesting. Workers, which are builders, they actually go and have these charges that are there to them. So they very quickly go ahead and build out things in one turn, because you don't want, like, over multiple turns, you can really not plan the district really well. And some of the developers were telling us that that's actually a very important part of the gameplay. So workers now develop really quickly, but they run out of charges, and it takes time to get the charges back. Another really interesting part is about all the leaders. Now they will be more historically, more contextual. So you will obviously have a leader, but he'll have both positive and negative traits around what they are. So yeah, no more Gandhi sitting on the nuke button. And I come from India, and we all talk about what this is. So no Gandhi on the nuke button anymore. More interesting things around Civ 6 will be the fact that, hey, these cities and these maps that are being built out also go ahead and translate to no death ball, one stack armies. So yeah, sure, you can actually escort units, but you can't really stack like nuclear weapons and armies and stacks upon stacks of units on one hex. This is now more strategic, and it allows for much deeper level of gameplay. And finally, I wanted to go ahead and tell you about the game itself in terms of, hey, when you go ahead and play Civilization 6, the big thing that has been announced is that once you are actually going and leveling up in terms of a tech tree or a culture tree, you can actually just have a long-term vision to it. So you don't have to actually follow a tech tree like a path, but if you go ahead and say, hey, this is what I want to go ahead and research, you can, because it'll take you much longer, and if you actually had the underlying technologies, you'd actually be faster. But if you just want to go ahead and say, I want to go get writing done in really Stone Age, sure, go for it if that makes sense for you. So it also allows you some, and I don't know too much about that, but I think that also gives you some kind of a strategic gameplay aspect into the game. And finally, I have to go ahead and say that this game is coming out really, really soon, and I'd love you guys to be actually playing Civilization 6 with me. I know there's a lot of guys who love 4X strategy, and this is what it is. This is Lornath signing off, Civilization 6.